take a few tries, may take 100 tries, but eventually we'll figure it out and pass it on so that it's easier for others not to make those 100 some odd mistakes trying to figure it out. So again, just every day. I mean, you go into the gym angry, bills need to be paid, whatever's going on in your private life. While you're on the mat for that hour or so, and you're not thinking of anything out in the outside world. You're focusing on what's going on right now, the technique that you're learning. If you have somebody on top of you trying to choke you out and submit you or armbar you, you're focusing on that right now. Or if you're trying to submit them, you're not thinking of it. It takes your mind to a whole nother place, and it just gives you a chance to get that negative energy out, not on your training partners, but just get that negative energy out in a positive way. And that's what's great about it. You know, you go in there and you feel a lot better walking out. And that's just something that, you know, you have to experience personally. So, number 4. What would I say to people that think it's the BJJ is not for them? If it's for this kid, then it's for you. There's always going to be a reason you think you cannot train. Overweight, handicap, anything. There's ways to work around that. The best thing I can tell anybody is just accept your situation and be honest when you go into a school. When you're talking to your instructor and you introduce yourself, explain your limitations and your handicaps. If a student comes in to me and says, look, I have an extremely bad knee, I can only do certain things, then I'll make sure that when it comes time for that workout, I'm going to have something set for him aside, or I'll be doing something that we can all do together. I'll do a different warm-up, you know, for that person, so we can all do it together as a group. But be honest, be open. Make sure you take your time. This is a slow learning curve. It takes years to understand just the basic concept and movements that your body has to do and adjust to learning this as a beginner. Take your time with it. Challenge yourself and make small little goals at first. You know, learn how to do basic movements. Learn how to escape basic positions. Learn how to utilize the guard. Learn how to start passing it. Learn how to submit people last. Get the fundamental first. Break it down. Be honest. But if it's for me, it's for you. And it's something that it could benefit your life in ways you would never imagine. And it's really the chance. Again, it's not going to be an easy road. You're going to get basic, you know, bumps and bruises and, you know, fortunately dislocated fingers. But again, if you love it, you're going to keep doing it. These are always minor setbacks that can, if you want to stop and you don't want to do it, you're going to find a reason and an excuse no matter what. And that's really the end result with that. It's up to you. If you want to do it, you'll be able to do it. So, number 5, roadblocks. That is an understatement of my life, roadblocks. I've been facing challenges and roadblocks since day one with these things. I've had to learn how to walk 4 different times before I reached the age of 20, between being in those braces, 2 knee surgeries, a hip placement. I've been through it all. There's always roadblocks. Every day I wake up, it's almost a roadblock to get out of bed. I feel my body takes the abuse that it really can't take, but I do it anyway. You know, going through childhood, my entire childhood was a roadblock. Getting to the point where I gave up, trying to commit suicide didn't work, taking drugs didn't work, but you know what did work? Jiu-Jitsu, honestly. You know, it fit me, it fit my personality, it allowed me to express who I am and my attitude on the mat. I love your motto, keep it playful. I've been teaching it and playing that long before I heard you. Not saying I'm not taking any credit, please, but it was really reassuring for me hearing you say that and hearing you guys keep that mindset out there, that this is something that it is a lethal, deadly art, but it can be fun. We can do it with a smile without hurting one another training, and that's what I love about it. You know, the roadblocks that I faced since I started doing jiu-jitsu, again, just the regular aches and pains, the small bruises, the small, you know, little things. I pulled my lower back really bad as a blue belt because it prolonged me getting my purple because I had to take about 6 months off of training, and yeah, I pinched my sciatic nerve, and it was just really really painful, and I got to a chiropractor, Stuart Lackernick. He's a great chiropractor, and he got me back training. We go to him regularly. I send a lot of my students to him, even people who just everyday person, should I believe in going to the chiropractor. Um, again, you're gonna face small hurdles and challenges no matter what. Like I recently just got married. My training, my teaching really limited to only a few days a week instead of every day. Um, there's always going to be something there. Kids, your kids have to go to school. I have a 12-year-old and an 11-year-old stepson. There's always stuff going on with them with school. I'll be with people training earlier in the morning then, or later at night after the kids go to bed. You have to make the time for this, and if you're going to see your progress, you got to get there at least 2 to 4 times a week, minimum two. Once a week's not even that bad if you're just trying to get every day, just stay healthy, if you like the camaraderie and just being part of something. But the more you do it, the faster you're going to progress, and the faster you're going to understand the mindset. So again, roadblocks are always going to be there. It's up to you if you want to use that as a scapegoat and an excuse for you to quit something. And that's I can't get any more clear than that. So, going into number 6, final goals. I don't have a final goal. I would feel really upset if I said this is my final goal in life. After this, I'm not doing anything else. I like to have different types of goals. Long-term goals and short-term realistic goals. Now, my mindset with the goals, I approach just how I did with Jiu-Jitsu. I came into Jiu-Jitsu as a high rank in the Kempo program, and I had to start as a white belt. And my first goal was to get a few stripes, because we're an American, that's how we do it. I get a few stripes, and then goal was to get blue belt. Okay, I reached my blue belt. I got that. I reached that goal. What's my next goal? Get a few stripes on that one. Did that. Now you get the purple. Okay. Then you get your purple belt. And now you're feeling legit, man. It was a really good accomplishment. And you want to get a few stripes on that. My purple belt is probably my most beat up belt that I own. The thing is almost practically falling apart. It's all crispy and disgusting now. Have it hanging up. But reaching the goal of brown belt was such a eye-opening experience for me, because it was the realization of when I first started jiu-jitsu and had my long-term goal to get to black belt. Now I am knocking on the door of that, and that was an extremely good feeling, knowing that a long-term goal that I set up 8-9 years before, I'm knocking on the door of accomplishing, and almost in a decade of dedication to this art. And it was really really good feeling, of the amazing feeling I can't explain more, when I received my black belt. I could barely say the speech afterwards. I was kind of getting a little choked up. It was again one of the most one of the biggest achievements that I've accomplished in my life, and it was really cool. But getting back to the goals, being a black belt now, that's not my end goal. I want to keep training. I want to keep learning. I want to modify and adjust my game to my flavor of it and what I like. And not changing it, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but I wanna add a little bit of color to the wheel, and a little bit. Just I want to put my stamp on the art. Since it's helped me in so many ways, I would love to be able to give back to it, to teach others like I do. I have goals for books right now. I have 2 books in the making. One of them is based on my childhood and the evolution